One and
Standing in the street, the sun is in the east. Calling out the beast, the tiger underneath. I'm starting to believe the world is at my feet.
Once again for another episode of
Generation Magfed.
It's the show about promoting events,
meetups,
team topics,
and current events.
Within the community.
and now your host,
Twisted Trooper.
The Headhunter.
good afternoon, good evening, and good night. A very tired and cold Twisted Trooper coming to you live from New York, from my house to your house. This evening, we have a very interesting show for you. We try to promote the community in every possible way. We brought players on in previous days. We brought promoters, but tonight, and we brought females. But tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to bring you a different perspective. We're going to bring you field owners. But I'm not going to go too much into it. Let me just go ahead and introduce my co-host. We have Magfed from Misfits Militia. What's up, G?
What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight?
And on the bottom left-hand corner is my co-host and my co-captain of Who Dares Wins, Dabarber.
Well, how are you all doing tonight? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone.
So, how you guys been doing? Before we introduce our guest, let me just get the chit chat out of the way between between these two knuckleheads here. G, how are you feeling, G? First, let me ask how you feeling.
I'm finally able to eat.
Can you taste it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's my taste buds, which is kind of weird.
Okay. And Tony, how you been?
Been good. I've been real good. Enjoying the day. Getting ready to go back to work tomorrow. So, go.
I hear that. G, can you would you mind in introducing, since you arranged it and I know who they are, but can you give them their proper due?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone on here, I want to welcome everybody. And tonight, to the left of me, the man who has taught me a lot more about this wonderful sport, basically took me under his wing, took our team, gave us a home, and one of the coolest guys I've gotten to meet, Mr. Eric Engler, runs Command Decisions in Taylorsville, North Carolina. And to the right of me, some of y'all may know him, who used to run Command Decisions, but now owns his own field, Palmetto Hills, in Rock Hill, South Carolina, Mr. Paintball Pete himself.
Welcome.
How are you gentlemen doing tonight?
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
No, it's been a pleasure. I'm just going to jump really quick and go straight to Eric. Eric, I got to tell you, I had the privilege of playing at your field and as the NATO general, and your daughter shot me, and I will never forget the fact that Hamburger Hill literally almost killed me, and Gio will never let me forget that. He always haunts me with it. But I have to say that you have probably one of the most fun fields that I've ever been to. That me personally have been to. Why don't you tell a little bit about, tell the community, especially the viewers out here in the Northeast who haven't been to your field, what your field is.
Command Decisions has been around for a very long time. I'm just the latest manager and producer at the field because before me, Paintball Pete had it for 3 years. Before us, what was it, Pete?
Had it forever.
15, forever. Run by Andrew Ferguson and his wife Leanne. And before that, it is the oldest field in the Southeast. I'm trying to think how far back it goes, but it's at least it could be 1998 or even earlier.
I want
Um,
to raise third office field. I
yeah,
heard a
yeah.
story about that while I had hold of the place. So, and they've had the special forces people come in and do things, and that place has seen many wondrous, interesting things.
It's the only field I've ever been to other than West Point that that had helicopters fly in and pick up actual special forces that are doing their training.
Yeah.
Pete, there's nothing like having an Apache fly in and on silent mode for a paintball field. So
Yeah.
we run a lot of games there. The terrain is unique.
Yeah, it's challenging.
Just to say the least, it's a big challenge. It is uphill both ways. People laugh about that and make jokes. It is both sides, especially for Fulda Gap. Everybody plays uphill, and the valley's in the middle, and it's got every kind of terrain that fields all over the country have, but we lump it into 70 acres.
Yeah.
So, we are, basically strictly a scenario field. We do run, weekend games and do walk-ons and trying to train that next generation of player. But our bread and butter is the big game weekends. We got a lot of big games on our schedule this year. We've added some. Even a platoon leader is back, and that's a total immersion game. Basically, 24 hours overnight. So
when
that's
and they do airsoft as well.
Yeah, and we're doing airsoft too. That A word that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but we do it. Because sometimes we can get them to convert to shooting something that hurts a little more.
I tried to persuade a few of them at Fulda Airsoft, and the answers I got was they didn't want to get full of paint and they didn't want bruises.
Well, let's be real. You get shot with an airsoft pellet, you are going to have a bruise. I know, because I've had worse than a bruise. I've had the cut, and then it turned into a bruise. So it really doesn't make much of a difference if it's a paintball, a 43 caliber, or an airsoft. Huh?
We're all about having fun, and that's the thing that that we want to do. So we're doing as much as we can. And with with your team and Geo and all that, doing the Magfed and stuff like that, it's great. We've run one speedball event under us so far last year, and it was Kings of Command, and it was a great 2-on-2 tourney, as it were, and the average game lasts 45 seconds. This old guy did make one last 3 minutes. Because I
can
shoot
say
more
the Kings of Command last year.
than
Anybody who wasn't
everybody
there.
else. But for Kings of Command coming up in February on the 19th, Pete Russell's my teammate, and I want to thank Pete, on here, first in public for stepping up, and us two old guys are going to show those young guys, what it takes and what we can still do.
Well, let me tell you, I've seen some of the guys that you run with at the field. What was the gentleman's name? The older guy with the white beard.
Rabbit.
Yeah,
Bobby.
I've seen him, and you guys, some guys might look at you and say, "Oh, look at these old geezers." I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on these guys. Don't sleep on these guys. You young guys, and myself included, don't sleep on them. Trust me.
No, I've been around for 34 years. No.
So here's a left Kings of Command. I show up because I'm just roughing it.
Mm-hmm.
I go to help Eric. Eric is the only person running a 12 pod band around him.
Accuracy by volume.
That's right.
And then I'm watching other guys, hide while they're to reload. Eric's just standing there. I was like, what the hell? His fingers are still going as he's okay. I'm gonna load this one. We're like, what?
As long as you're shooting, nobody can shoot back at you.
He's sponsored by Valken.
No, I'm sponsored by me.
I I had guys asking like, "Is that legal?" I was like, "Yeah, it's legal." Like that's so unfair. I was like, "What do you want me to do bad?"
I was tweaking. Okay, I shoot Neath at 2, and I was tweaking it this weekend, and we can run them at 12, ramp to 12 balls a second, and that thing is running sweet, and it's never shot this fast before, and I can't wait. I shot 5 cases that weekend, Gio, and that day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Myself, and I figure it'll be more than that. So,
I helped load his truck up.
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. Pete Twiggy was my wingman, and I think he shot 2 cases to my 5. So
well, you know what they
running
say.
a carnivore.
Yeah. Oh, running. Okay. Where'd you come? Where'd you come?
What was that, Pete?
What was that, Pete?
Well, where'd you come? What placing?
We were. Let's see. We had 6 teams. We were 3 off the bottom.
Oh, sweet.
Wasn't that bad? Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. That's good.
We got some questions coming in really quick before I go over to Pete. They were asking the location of the fields. For those of you just tuning in, Paintball Pete, he's the field that it is located in Rocky Hill, North Carolina, and it's Palmetto Hills. We're gonna talk more about him in a second. Command Decisions, a field that I've been to in Taylorsville, and nothing but nice things to say, but just make sure that you hydrate, because that field, if you're not paying attention to your surroundings, it will get the best of you. This is a field that will test your endurance, your ability to navigate, and your ability to survive. Trust me, it's an awesome field. Awesome field. You just got to keep your head on a swivel there, because
Sniper's paradise.
Yes, it is a sniper's paradise. It is definitely a sniper's paradise. Paul, I'm sorry, Pistol Pete. Paintball Pete. Paintball Pete. I put Pete on it just on the notes here. Welcome to the show. Palmetto Hills. Tell us about Palmetto Hills.
Well, okay, Palmetto Hills. We took over the field just over 12 months ago, and we've done quite a transformation here. Originally, it was a par 3 18-hole golf course that another group of people had for quite a few years. Unfortunately, let it run down severely. So what we've done since we've been here, we've moved 3,900 tonne of dirt and created a tournament field to die for, a mounds field to die for. We've thrown in probably $65,000 at it to get that done. My business partner Tyler, who's just a dynamo, who's just been a godsend for my old ass. The transformation he's done to the place and to the fields and whatnot. We've really upped the game here, just south of Charlotte, which is about 30 minutes away. We've massively changed the place. We've even put our house. We've put a house here on the property, and it's the commitment that we've put here. And Rock Hill, South Carolina, is just having massive growth here, and with the 30-odd years of my experience and the 15, 16 years of Tyler's experience, also running Command Decisions, we're really changing it up. Things need to be changed up. People need to see that, Paintball Fields are putting money back into it to make the fields look exciting, the atmosphere, and, also, as boring as I'm going to sound, value for money. Because in the long run, it isn't cheap for paintball, especially if you get addicted to it, like all of us here in the screen. And you've got to, if you want to survive off your crops, you've got to feed and water them. So you've got to be reasonable, and that's what we're doing down here. We've got our own teams here. Tournament. We got Wreckers. We got which are Div 3 or 4. Excuse me, I'm still trying to get used to it being Australian. We've got Div 5 and 6 teams coming out of here. We've even in the process now of not only have we given them a field to die for with pits that are huge, with electricity and air, running water, now building them a training field, a half-size tournament-size field. We've just purchased 25 bunkers for BBC who basically give it to us at an extremely reasonable price because they work in with us as we work in with them. And so wreckers, bush pigs, I go to say bush hogs here in America. They're called bush pigs in Australia. And it's just, it's starting to come together. Look, we got an 8-year plan here. And, thankfully, and we're forcing it a lot faster. What we wanted to do in 2 years, we've done in one. We're looking at great things happening. Even with we let the airsoft people came in and let them organise a little bit of something here just to feel it off, because here at our field with Tyler, who's exceptional for big games for me, that it's been in and around them all over the world. We're staying in, not letting other producers in, just happily just creating our games, promoting our Div 5 and 6, getting them in some more small competitions that we're getting in with the Mounds field that we built. We had surveyed and all built massively. Go to our Facebook page, have a look at some of the aerial shots of the fields that we've done. Also good. But anyway, listen, you've heard enough of me waffling on. What about how's your sex life?
Look, you got your first event coming up this month, Red vs. Blue, correct?
Yes, it's this Saturday. It's Tyler's gone to a great deal of lengths to make this field so balanced and whatnot. It's boomerang shaped. Yes, I'm going to keep pushing the Australian thing in there. And he's got these 5 big, huge poles that he's put out there, and it's quite an interesting game. We're really thankful. We've got about 120 pre-registered already, and so we're looking at how many more come on the day, and we're excited. We're really excited to show off our new field because it's all but completed, and it'll look great. We've got viewing areas that view over all the flag stations, so you can sit and watch somewhere where no other paintball field's got. This is why I'm so proud of what we've got here. We've got something different. We've thrown money back at the players. We're throwing money back to the spectators. We're making sure that everybody gets enjoyment and value for what they do when they come here.
Yeah, basically just knocked the wind out of me because to hear that come. I mean, I've heard it. Eric has told me the same thing, and when I met with him and over at a event that I went to last year, and the hospitality and the genuine sentiment that you feel, and then to hear you say the same thing. These guys are the real McCoys, man. I mean, up here, guys in the Northeast, I'm sure we all encounter those field owners who's like, but these guys, these guys, I haven't had the opportunity to play on Palmetto Hills. I haven't had the opportunity to meet, Paintball Pete. I did have the opportunity to play on the field and listen and follow direction from Eric. And, guys, if you guys truly want to experience what it's like in a scenario such, as close as possible without, of course, risking your life, but as close as what you're going to feel like if you're actually on a mission in the military, these are the places to go to. These are 2 of the places, based on what Pete is telling us. I haven't had the opportunity, but if he was part of Command Decisions and then opened up his own field, I know that he took what he learned or what he applied and he's brought it to this field. So now you have 2 fields that are just absolutely phenomenal.
Pete and I have had the opportunity to play all over this country, and Pete all over the world. And so we've played Oklahoma D-Day. I've played West Point. I've played at EMR. I've played Skirmish. I've generaled at all those games. And
Yep.
the only thing is, I'm a player. Pete's a player. We've started playing this sport, and what we missed was, that feeling and opportunity that we got when we were players that we felt we want to give to everybody else, and that when Gio brought his team to Command Decisions, it's like, let me show you what I want you to do, but it's because it's what I miss. And it's funny because I took was generaling since I started in this back in the sport in 2001, but I played on the field. I generaled from the field, and then at D-Day and at Command Decisions I generaled from off the field. And now that I'm running the field again, I'm playing. I'm back on the field. It's like I got to play. And Pete's a player, and on and off the field. That's from what I hear, at least. Come on, Pete, smile.
Oh, it took about 5 seconds for the light bulb to come on. Yeah, well,
But Pete, Pete and I have been friends for a very long time, and it's just we want the next generation, the players that are currently playing, and we want the sport to continue, and we're giving back as much as we can.
And that is, again, I tip my hats off to both you gentlemen for doing that. Because in my opinion, if more individuals in the community who are field owners, promoters, players, just all around, if we gave as much as you are giving, this sport would obviously be bigger than bigger than what it is now.
Good promoters and players out, and field owners out there all over the country, and the trick is to go play and to learn what they're doing, and I learned from some of the best. Mike Yancey, Blue from EMR. I mean, that was my home field for a very long time. I wouldn't be in this sport if it wasn't for Mike. So that's that's a big thing there too. He's going to run, he's retiring after this year. He's got a Castle game next June up at EMR. You bet that all of us that can make it, are going to be there, watching his last game before retirement.
I actually thought, because I went to the last one last year. I think Tim was going. You know how Tim does the orient. Obviously, everybody does it, but he did the orientation prior to the match or prior to the game. He said that this was going to be the last one, but it might change. So now everybody was like, okay, they're kind of sad. And then when they announced that this is going to be the last one, I was like, okay, yeah, now everybody's, So you guys got some, EMR is a really probably one of the best fields I played in here in the Northeast. One of them. I mean, there's so many that I've been to, but EMR is a good field. What is it they say? We are EMR.
Yes.
Yes, I take the opportunity having a weekend there. It was quite an adventure. I went there with Mamba and sorry, I forgot the other.
That's all right.
Nehemiah? Did you go with Nehemiah?
Nehemiah, thank you, Eric. Sorry, Nehemiah. Yes, and Nehemiah. That was a 10-hour drive or something like that up to there.
Yep.
So we have.
Yes.
I'm flying this year, Pete. I'm flying.
In a YouTube land, we have
Where did you get that spare tire from?
I'm sorry,
Eric. Where did you get that spare tire from?
Yeah, that's unfortunate, isn't it? That's why I'm doing jujitsu now, because I got to get rid of this. I lost, Pete, in the last year, I've lost 10 pounds and put it all here. I don't know where it went, but it's got to go away.
It's called living the life.
Contentment.
Contentment is living the life.
Sitting in a desk.
Missionary.
Shit, I thought Eric was going to lose his shit at command. No first strike. We ran out of first strikes on Saturday. No, I was like, we need first strikes. They didn't show up till what? Almost to the end of the game on Sunday.
No, they didn't show up till a week after the game.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I still got some.
Oh, that's right. They're visiting us, I believe.
Yeah.
On YouTube land, I got to get to this question. Michael Stover, Boxer 93 Decoy here, plays at Command Decision. Plays at Command.
Yes,
and
he does.
Palmetto is his home field or his home.
And his father's a one man. His father helps us with a lot of the carpentry. Yes. Hi, Scott. See you tomorrow morning. I put a new sign.
Yeah, he says he just commented. Everybody calls me Scott. Everyone calls me Scott.
Yeah.
Eric, I gotta ask you, Eric. I know you don't have it. I know we were talking on, in the pre-show, but explain to the general audience the props and the working intricacies of these props that I'm not going to say. I'll let you say what they are. Because a lot of people think that I'm crazy when I tell them, hey, listen, this is what it is. You could, so
Are you talking about the field props or the custom guns that I put on the field last year for the game?
Custom markers that you had me carry in one of the missions as heavy as can be.
Yes.
The MG42.
Yes.
Okay, before I was running Command Decisions and Generaling, and I still have it. It's Engler custom paintball guns. Commission. I make realistic looking as much as possible paintball guns. MG42s, 50 cals, Browning 1919s, M240 Bravos. You name it, I've done it. Everything from World War II. Well, when we want to run a special mission or something like that at the games that we put on, I bring those out of the box. And so, you're going to, you want to carry, have a realistic looking gun. Well, okay, fine. We're going to bring one out and you're going to carry it. It's 19 pounds. It's got a full auto phenom in it, and you can shoot a real MG42 other than firing real bullets out of it. It's made out of an MG42 body.
Yeah.
So,
and your mug. He's got so many different magnificent looking guns. You should see his poster, his banner. Fantastic. All the guns on it. It's almost like roads, the way he got it spread over his banner. He's it's a beauty. I've got one. He gave me one.
Yeah, it's I've made so many over the years, and it's part of what got me into the sport. But unfortunately, real gun parts are becoming small fortunes, so we don't make as many. And I spend more time at the paintball field than I do making customs now. But I am working on something new. There's a EMG 100, Eclipse EMG 100 with a 26-inch rifled barrel that's becoming a Browning BAR.
Oh, man.
And let's just say I test fired it today with the barrel just to make sure it was going to work. And it's sweet. It really is.
So what scenario event am I bringing this out on to test it?
This is going to belong to Rabbit. This one is owned by Rabbit because Rabbit and I, Rabbit, how do I want to say this? He doesn't take a salary. He does everything I want for him at the field, and he gets paid in markers.
And
so
we bust his chops so bad.
Can I take a job? Can I quit Verizon and come out to you if I can work for markers? Because your custom markers are absolutely insane. So I can only imagine what that one's going to look like.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's got real BAR parts all over it, and and everything else is handmade. So that's just the first one. I got some other ideas too that I can't talk about yet. But
I do know you'll be getting my FSC to do some work on it.
Okay.
I saw the custom work for the FSC. I was like, oh.
Yeah, well, not too many people know. I was part of the redesign of the FSC when it was the Tiberius pistol first. Andrew Ferguson and I did the prototyping and the redesign and rebuild, and most of the prototyping of the metal machining parts came out of my shop.
Yep,
so,
they sure.
So I do a lot of stuff, or have done a lot of stuff behind the scenes over the years for Tippmann and other manufacturers that I just do because I want the sport to be better. So,
well, keep doing what you're doing, Eric, because it is definitely making waves. Definitely making waves.
I have fun. That's my thing. I want to have fun.
Well, I can guarantee you that whoever goes to your field is definitely going to have fun. That is
I can't
hands
wait.
down.
I'm ready to go.
Well,
Let's go tomorrow.
That brings me to. I just got to jump down to you really quick.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Gio
Yeah.
had him and we were talking, and he said, "Hey, I have a general position. You guys want a general? Do you want a general?" And my first question was, "Where is it?" And he told me. I'm not gonna say where. I'm gonna let him say it where. And he goes, "Where is it?" I told him, "Where is it?" He goes, I said, "Okay." I said, "You know what? Let's give it to Tone. Let him be general, and let him run the course on, at this field." And Gio started laughing. And Gio started laughing. So Gio, what event am I talking about? And where's the event going to be at?
I got asked by Mr. Nineball, who were on here the other day, if myself or anybody would like to general Operation Iron Siege in July at Command. So I've done events there. You guys, I help out there, and I was like, you know what? I'd like to pass on the torch and let more guys get their feet wet. I've gotten my feet wet. I've ran that field. I've done damage on that field. It's my turn to pass it on to the newer guys in the world. So, Mr. Tony down below us will be generaling his first ever event and getting thrown into the Wolf's Den at Command Decision for Operation Iron Siege. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into. He's going to have a challenge, but at least it will break him in for Foldy Gap in November.
It will either break him in or it will break him.
And a good thing about this, bringing in a northern team, it's going to help recruit northern teams to come down, not just for Foldy Gap. So now we'll see some northern teams coming down south to check out our fields. So that's one thing that got the white belt going. It's like, hey, look, if I get a northern general, I know he can recruit northern teams.
Well,
get more teams down here in the south.
What's his name?
So Tony.
Yes.
Last name?
So you have some questions. He's asking you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pete.
Oh, I was just asking what the guy's. He just said the guy's nickname, and I just wanted to know his name.
Oh, Tony.
My name is Tony, but by profession I'm a barber, so it goes by Tone the Barber.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
So why
Maybe
don't
I'll have to have you do something high and tight for me when you get down here.
Oh, he's doing that at
I have no problem.
He's
I have
me
no
up at
problem.
Bones and Ashes.
I have no problem.
He's gonna be hooking me up too. Don't worry.
He's gonna be
that game. Just so you guys know, is let me give you the dates on it. Just so you got it. Iron Siege is July 9th and 10th, and that's Chris Agoyo's game. One thing I'm doing at Command is that when it comes to putting on games and stuff like that, the only one that I'm really running all year long is Foldy Gap. I want to give other promoters chances to run their games and to spread their wings and run games at Command Decisions.
Nice. Mr. Tone, why don't you tell these two gentlemen, they obviously don't know who you are. So introduce yourself and then introduce yourself to the community because everybody knows you as Tone the Barber, the co-captain of Who Dares Wins and the co-host of the show, one of the co-hosts of the show. But let's get that out there. Let's let the world know who you are and what you're about.
Well, as you see, I am known as Tone the Barber, but on the field, I am known as the Punisher. If you see me coming, it'll be too late for you to see me coming. All right, I've been playing for about 10 years, and I am the co-captain of Who Dares Wins. This is my first event that I'm going to be generaling. I already picked my first XO, which is my right-hand man, who's my first lieutenant, will be Rebel, who's my XO. I am right now in the middle of contacting two other XOs, trying to see if they agree to it and reaching out. If you do hear me reach out to you for support, Just give me a thumbs up, yes or nay. Doesn't matter. And I'll tell you this: it's going to be a very, very interesting game. Like they said, this might break me or not, but it don't break me at all. I'm going to take this challenge and I'm going to run with it. That's all. And then I'm going to prove to everyone why they call me the Punisher in this one. That's all I have to say. I just feel sorry who's on the opposite team. That's all I have to say. I really feel sorry.
Okay. I'm.
Damn, Mamba.
Yeah. He took my my breath away there. I'm like, ooh. I literally got a chill down my spine.
Hey, Eric. Old man Mamba said, excuse my French, fuck that gun.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, what? I hope not.
I got a question. I'm just trying to open it up. Give me 2 seconds. This actually was directed to Paintball Pete. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to open it up. And this is from Matthew Russell on Generation Magfed on Apple Podcasts. And the question is this the same Paintball Pete that was a member? Hold on, why isn't it loading up? That was a member of the Australian paintball team.
Oh, an extremely early
Newcastle.
days.
I'm sorry, Newcastle paintball team.
Yes, that was me. I had a paintball field in Newcastle.
Oh, okay. Well, he didn't comment anything. He just put that Newcastle.
Yes, that's
and...
over the years. I had fields in Australia. One just on the outskirts of Sydney, where most fields were, and one up on the Central Coast Newcastle border, and one in Australia, just south of Perth.
Nice. Looks like he's typing, so I guess we'll come back to him because it's going to be the little bubble. So I'm sure he's typing away right now.
Okay.
Mr. G.
Yes.
So you want to get some secrets out from these two guys? You know, you got one here and one here. We could pull some.
Don't tell secrets.
We could try to siphon some out here now.
Well, I have a question for our first time general.
We just had a black cat walk across in front of us.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that. I'm like,
hope your cat.
No, that ain't bad luck. That's good luck right there.
Hope you choke.
So what's your question, Tone?
All right, for me being any advice can you guys give me as a first time general?
Hydrate. Days in advance.
If you drink beer, don't drink beer. If you drink beer, don't drink beer. At least 24 hours.
Yeah. Eric, turn your mic on.
Technology is a wonderful thing.
It is.
Anyway, get to know and get in contact with your teams and your players before you get to the field. Don't do it at the field. That's the one thing I can tell you. Have your strategy and your everything you can do disseminated to the players as much as you can for security and all that before you get there. And then once game starts or just before the game starts, everybody needs to know what your plan is just in case you lose contact with everybody during the game. The average player needs to know what you as the general want them to do all day long, whether or not you're in contact with them or not. Because we all know 5 minutes after the first round's fired, everything goes to hell.
Fast.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you blink, you're going to miss it.
You sneeze, and it's, what the hell just happened?
You'll win or lose games on that. Plain and simple.
And you know what? Yeah. The most important is just to have fun, so I'm ready to go for it.
You're going to see a big yellow smoke bomb go off. Do not breathe it in. It will burn your nostrils.
I still have
mine. And it goes
mine.
for 30 minutes.
I still have mine. And the funny thing is, when I left, before I left, I go to Eric. I go, Eric, look, the light is on. What happened? And he looks at it. He goes, no, you're good. The pin is there. It's just to pork off. But don't worry about it. It's okay. on the whole drive home, the light is on, and I'm driving, and now I'm on 95. It's dark, pitch dark, and the only light we see in the car is the light from this big Moab. I'm dying to use it. I really am dying to use it. I haven't used it yet. I still have it.
They're a lot of fun.
Use that at that event.
I really
They're
am.
a lot of fun.
I really am.
I do have to say this event is going to be very interesting for me because it's going to be my first. I'm just ready for the challenge. That's what it is. I'm ready for the challenge.
Remember too, and I'll tell the other general that anybody that asks too when you're generaling a game, it's a 2-day game. Don't wear your guys out on day one. Don't have them shoot all their paint and all their money on day one because you can they can run out of paint and money and all of a sudden they've got nothing to shoot on day 2.
Yeah.
And don't use up all your smoke either. I've seen it happen.
Oh
Yeah,
I'm not using all my smoke. I'm going to bring the smoke. I'm bringing plenty of smoke.
Oh, we'll have plenty of smoke for sale at the field. That's one of the things that I pride myself in. Go ahead, D. Yeah, Pete. Yeah, I pride myself in lots of smoke.
I can vouch for that. I can vouch for that, man. I can vouch. I've been to his
I
field.
just hope there's plenty of first strikes. That's all I have to say. I hope
Oh no,
there's plenty of first strikes.
there will be. I can pretty much guarantee you there will be. This man,
Command is one of
this man. I went to the field the first day, and I said, "Well, I need to buy some smoke." And he says, "Okay, you know what? Go right there into that trailer and take a look at what we have." I said, "Okay." And I walked in, and it was like immediately I was like in Toys R Us. They had Moabs. They had big ones, small ones, medium sized. They had smoke coming all over the place. Okay. I said, "Well, how much is this big boy here?" He's, "Oh, that's the Moab." I go, "What is it?" He goes, "Cold smoke." I think he said, what was it, 30 minutes of smoke or something like that?
It's 30 minutes of smoke. Yeah.
30 minutes of smoke.
30
Right,
minutes of smoke. I've seen it. They actually used it at the event on the top of the hill. They pulled it. You could not, and it went on the very top, but like on a plateau of it. So the smoke obviously was rising. So the smoke was rising, and you couldn't see nothing. Nothing. It was like they were throwing T-87 grenades, the smoke grenades, the cans. And you're like this. You're like, okay, I'm waiting for somebody to shoot me, but you can't see nothing. But it's it just added to the experience. It was so fun. So fun.
We kind of learned our ground with smoke at Oklahoma D-Day with the Commonwealth and you guys burning down bunkers with it by accident.
Yeah,
they burned. Go ahead,
Gio,
Pete. Tell the story
what do you
about
have
burning
over
the
there,
bunker
Gio?
down.
What are you trying to show? What are you showing, Gio?
I'm cleaning one of my markers.
I don't know. You keep on like sneaking into the camera and put away.
Before we let Pete go, don't show your markers. Don't. We all know.
I got a 7-year-old also, so he's being nosy today.
We all know you have the arsenal. Let these men shine, buddy.
No, I got a 7-year-old who's trying to be nosy over here. Eric knows who he is. He bugs the entire staff every time he's there.
Well,
hey, Pete, someday
Gio,
you and I ought to just show our collection.
Mine's here right now. He's having a phone conference.
Yeah.
I can imagine the collection you have, Eric.
No. Pete's got an older collection than I've got. And a much larger collection.
My question is what is your go-to marker then?
Right now?
Ooh.
For both.
What's that?
What's your go-to marker? When you gotta play, this is your marker that's gonna shine, make go all out.
Mate, I shoot nothing but Planet Eclipse.
Okay.
They're the Rolls Royce of paintball guns. I don't care what anybody says. I've been smoking them. I've been shooting them. Yes, I've been shooting them since 2006, 2007. I've shot other guns, but when I really want to play, I've got twisters. I've got a couple of twisters. I've got an LV1 twister, a CS1 twister, and I shoot Geo, and that's all I shoot. I shoot nothing else but Planet
Eclipse.
Yeah.
Yep. Tell me what you're gonna do, and then I'll pick the paintball gun off the wall that I'm gonna shoot. Okay, It's just like the real world. There's always something to pick off the wall. If I've been a modder of Tipmans most of my career, Okay, I can make a 98 or a Phenom shoot as good as some of the modern guns.
Yes,
They're
he
just
can.
not as
I can
efficient.
vouch. I can vouch for that because his daughter Sarah has a. Was it a converted Phenom? Am I correct?
No, she's shooting a Phantom.
Phantom.
That's a bolt action Phantom for
And
shooting first strike.
so those of you guys who know what this marker looks like, he's customized this. And if you look at it, it's as close as possible, if not mirrored, identical. Like you look at it, you would swear that it was an actual fully functional rifle.
Yep.
From
It's
distance.
the Remington 700.
Yeah, and then when you come into it, you're looking at it and it's like, whoa. You look at it, it doesn't look like a paintball marker. Is it real? Like, that was my impression. Like, is it real? But let me tell you,
like it does.
let me tell you, she got me dead center in the chest. I got her in the leg. She got me dead center in the chest. And I felt it.
Was it a quick scope or she aimed?
No, we
First-
weren't.
oh, no.
We weren't aiming at each other. We were. It was the one I talked about. It was the Mexican standoff that we both came out of our hides at the same time, and it just happened to be that I was on the other side of the creek. There was this creek by Chicken Run, so I came out of my hide and she came Chicken Hawk. Sorry, and I came out of my hide and she came out of hers. And we stopped and we looked at each other for like a good minute, trying to figure out what we're going to do. I didn't want to raise my marker because I didn't know if she was friendly because I couldn't see her armband and she couldn't see mine. So we were, and then we started backtracking. And then we got to the point where we just said, all right, in our minds, because it was just simultaneous because we lifted our markers up at the same time. And it just got to the point where we was like, all right, fuck it. We're just going to shoot. And that's exactly what we did. And she got me dead center chest. I got her right side thigh. And then we walked off the field. And then it was at that moment when I saw the marker up close. And I saw it before the game, but I didn't really have the opportunity to look at it too much. But while we were walking off the field, and that's when I was like, oh my God. She goes, yeah, my dad made this for me. And that was my reaction. Like, what? Like, it was. So if you guys,
She goes out. She's my daughter, and I'm very proud of her. And I may be a little biased, but she'll go out there with that Remington 700, loading one first strike at a time against guys that are shooting full auto round ball or Magfeds and take them on.
she earned my respect as a sniper. She earned my respect.
So as for my personal arsenal, I got a wall of guns. If I'm going to go when Pete and I run the speedball game, it'll be an ETHA 2, slightly tweaked, ramping to 12 balls a second, and I won't. How do I want to say this? As the GO knows, I don't stop firing while I reload. I may be a
So
wonderful player.
wait. So he's doing this. Hold on. So he's doing this.
No,
Is that
Yes,
what he's
that's
doing
literally what he's doing.
continuously?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Non-stop.
last year at the first ever Kings of Command, I'm reffing, and we had 4 refs. Well, one ref had to leave, so I jumped in the middle, so I see both ways. And I got a player yelling at me, saying, hey, there's a player shooting and loading. He's cheating. At first, I'm like, what? So I look over, and all I see is Eric behind the bunker. I'm like, I go to the kid, like, no, he ain't cheating. And
Not
Eric just
blind firing. I can see what I'm shooting at.
And and Eric's older than all these kids. They're holding the 4 pods each. Eric is rocking not 5, not 6, but 12 pods. 12 fully loaded pods. So there were all these younger kids rocking only 4 pods. Whose fault is that one? You're just mad that you're getting outperformed.
But if I'm gonna go out and shoot a woods ball, game, it'll be a customized EMG 100 with a Nemesis barrel, and it's got one of Simon's body kits on it and trigger kits, so it's tricked out for shooting first strikes.
That's my next investment.
Simon's kits for the EMG 100 are the best on the market, hands down. I can't build better than that, so I'll go buy one.
We'll get into that
real
one.
quick, Eric. Jason Smith said,
I was just about to go to
Eric,
that.
that was the Pathfinders that lit the church on fire with smoke.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jason said it was the Pathfinders. Not the church. We're talking about Sword Beach. Yeah, Commonwealth lit Sword Beach on fire.
Oh, sure. We fired 100 smoke grenades in the first half hour onto the beach, and it was a area they gave forward position that was home, set fire to a raging fire. And while everyone was running around in a panic, being the commander of the 3rd Infantry Division, I just told everybody to fucking I told everybody to charge. And we did. We ran past the burning building and into them. It was epic. Epic.
I want to. I'm returning to North Carolina this year 2 times. One time to go to 3 times. Yeah, sorry, thank you, G. 3 times. And I now see that it's going to have to be 4 times because I'm now going to have to go to Palmetto Hills.
I'm sure at some stage, but we're here for the next 7 years, so mate, you got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
I have on a while we're talking about fields, really quick, I have well, I'm gonna leak it towards the end of the show. I'm not gonna say anything now, but it's about
do it.
it's
No,
about
don't you do it. Don't you do it? No. No. They gotta wait for that. They gotta wait for that.
I was gonna leak something, but not all of it. But I'll talk about it at the end.
Okay.
What I was talking to Gio that I have you on the show. I wanted to put together I did already. We did a beta up here, and I still have 2 more games that I have to run. But I want to bring the games down south. I want to bring it down south. So what I was thinking, I was going to do both games at one field, but now I see that there are 2 fields, so I could actually on 2 different sides of the state. So I'm thinking I'm going to talk to you guys, see if it's possible, and see if we can lock in a date or a time. I know that scheduling is not conducive. But I'll keep my fingers crossed when I present it to you guys.
2022 is fairly booked.
Right.
Yeah, the schedules are full because the Carolinas are a hotbed of paintball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's every single weekend between Black Ops and Command Decisions, Palmetto, and everybody.
Well, now you got like Norman trying to get into the pitch with it now.
Yep, they got some. They got some, but their facility is smaller, but still they take a weekend, and we work together. That's the other thing about the fields in the Carolinas.
Yeah, Kirk's great. He's taken a lot in with the place and what goes on around him, which he's adding his improvements back there. And Lake Norman Paintball's coming along really well. And so, as Eric said, it is getting us, very close to Carolinas. But no, I have to give you the info straight now. No, there's no room for any our place. We've got enough with Tyler and myself and what we've got ready anyway. So, no.
Damn.
Let's see what happens for 2022 at Command.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of 2023.
Okay.
Next year.
That's right. We're in 2023, 2022 already. Sorry, I lost a year. I don't know where last year went. It
went by 2 fast.
But what I want my North and South Carolina brothers to understand is that we just can't saturate everything. And then we get poor numbers, and then while doing good, we don't have a very good time.
Right.
So, thankfully, we do work together, or the majority of us do, and try and balance it so that we can all, excuse me for the terminology that we use, but we can feed from the trough. Of course, it is a business for us too as well. It's a livelihood. It feeds our families. It puts us, and all that type of stuff. And plus, you've got to put money back in the field to appreciate the support you get from all your customers.
Well, I'm glad you say that because I've always said that in all the shows from the very first day that yeah, this is a hobby, this is fun, but at the end of the day, it's a business also.
Well,
You know,
It is.
because you hear as a player, I hear it all the time. Oh, well, we need better fields, or we need this, or why is it so expensive, or why? And I look at them every time I hear it, and you can go all the way back to the very first episode that we've ever had. And then I've always said it, you know, it's a business. At the end of the day, we, the community, are supporting the community. We're supporting the owners. The owners are supporting us by giving us the field to play in, to build these structures, to accommodate, you know, the promoters to come in and the players to come in to have a good time. That costs money. That's time. That's money invested. So, you know, other guys talk about, well, when we have events, why do we have to buy the field paint? Why can't we just bring our paint? Well,
it's like going to a bar and just take your own beer in and say, no, we're fine, thanks. We're just going to sit here, but we're going to drink our own beer. They wouldn't do that, but they do expect to be able to do it.
We just got something on Facebook. He's like,
Ryan
shut
Harris.
up and take my money. Take my money, paintball.
Yeah, Ryan Harris said to shut up and take his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ryan. No doubt, Ryan.
You know,
No doubt.
Wonderful man.
but I'm all for. I support any field. I try to do, you know, as much games as I can, time permitting. You know, because of course all of us have life outside of paintball. And sometimes life just takes its toll on you, and sometimes you just can't do it. Other times you flush. Let's go. Let's go to we hit like 30 games if you could. You know, but I always say that, you know, our community is probably one of the most unique communities. We can
When one of our own in paintball is in trouble, what do?
That's what I was going at. We rally behind them. We rally behind them, and we do what we do best, and we look out for one another. And that's why I love this. Excuse my French, but that is why I love this fucking community so much. Granted, we all bitch at each other. We all have drama. The politics in it, this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, it's about paintball and having fun.
And
None of us know if we're going to be here tomorrow, so we better take care of each other while we're here.
Most recently, you guys had a fundraiser for Craig Schaefer, who will be on the show, I believe Friday, right, Craig? Gio? So yeah, he'll be on the show Friday. I'm going to make sure I'm a Marine. I'm going to make sure that I have another Marine on, to rally behind him. But that's what I love about this. That, you know, Eric said, okay, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah, for Foley Guy, actually, Eric didn't let Craig pay for his entry at all, and you know, since we all know Craig can't play, Eric specifically put him in his daughter's tank. So Craig got to go around and just blast people in a tank all weekend long. I don't know what gets better more than that.
At least
I hit him up. I get off the field real quick. I hit him up like, "Yo, where are you? I'm in your camp." Real quick, he goes, "Oh, I'm in a tank right now." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, Eric put me in a tank." I was like, "Oh, damn."
Was it your tank, Eric?
It's Sarah's tank.
Oh,
It's not my tank. It's the Renegade tank that is actually a tank that belongs to my daughter. I built it.
Who's Sarah playing for at Folded this year?
She jumps around, if I'm correct.
She'll play NATO.
Yes!
She'll play NATO because the tank team, and I kind of started it when I was generaling for NATO. They always play NATO, and you know, and that's, I have no call in what that team does.
Thank you for that.
I work on it, and yeah.
Can I rent the tank?
No. You believe me, you don't want to know what that thing costs to run. I mean, we all love our tanks.
I'm the only person that knows.
We all love our tanks, and you know, and as a ground pounder on the field, hate them personally. Never thought I'd build one. I never thought I'd drive one. But they're fun, and they give another aspect to our sport. And that's a good thing, especially at Fulda, because you know we have lots of tanks at Fulda Gap.
The home of tank.
Yep.
We
Yep.
had a rock crawler this year, which was insane.
Rockcrawler's been there 7 years now in a row. Yeah, it used to play for me at NATO, and then it bounces around and goes back and forth. Got the tracker tank that goes back and forth. You've got Ken Spencer, the landowner of Command Decisions, and his 4 tanks.
Oh,
So if he can find crews, he'll put 4 out. Most of the time they end up playing Warsaw. So it's fun for me running full to gap because I can be neutral now and not and not push one side. I have to be neutral, and it's fun. I'm having more fun watching this than I ever did generaling it. Running a field though is as Pete knows is a whole different ball game when it comes to logistics.
If I remember,
I gotta.
the record
Sorry.
for, I was talking to Eric. If I remember straight, we broke the record for most amount of round balls in first strike shot at a event.
It was the most first strike shot at an event this year, at any event ever. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but first strike tells us that we broke the record.
It was.
I gotta interject really quick on Apple Podcasts again. Second part of the question is: would you ever consider having members from the APA who are traveling on holiday to come and do a meetup at your field?
Is this to me?
Yes, sir. This is to you.
Okay, the Australian Paintball Association. Well, that'll be
members of the APA who are coming. Hold on. Would you allow members of the APA who are going on holiday to the United States allowed to be played at your field to hold up a meetup or a game? He put meetup and game, so
just give me a call. Send me an email, send me a message, happily give you a call.
There you go. And the reply is you got a thumbs up.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if if you guys heard anything about Fulda for this year. We did put it out that we've picked our generals for this year. NATO commander is going to be Desi Johnson of Swamp Monkeys, and Warsaw commander is Command Decision Zone Jason Reaper Mann.
So we see where the advantage is going to be since he knows the field up and down.
Yeah, but you know what? Both of these guys have done it. Both of these guys have actually been Warsaw XOs in the past. And NATO has an XO this year that might just shock you.
What?
Go ahead, Pete.
I don't know his name either. I thought you'd tell me. I don't know.
You don't know who the XO is?
Inquiring minds want to know now.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll let them make the announcement.
I know 2 of them.
I know one.
I know
Go
2.
ahead.
No. I'm not gonna say it unless they announce it. But I don't know one.
I can't see.
We got our
I was
generals.
told I can't see.
We got our generals. We'll see who they pick for XOs.
I think it's Brandon. I think it's Brandon Blue from PB Sports.
I was straight told by Desi, I'm not to say a word who is echoing or officers. I need to stay quiet.
Nice. I love it.
I heard
intrigue here.
the information that I got was third-hand knowledge, so it's not confirmed. So I cannot confirm or deny the validity of what I heard, but I heard one general's name and one XO possibly. But again, I can't confirm it, and I won't confirm it until it's announced.
Okay. The generals have been announced. It's Desi against Reaper.
Desi and each
No, I'm talking about his XO.
Oh, okay.
The XO.
Okay.
The third-hand knowledge.
Okay.
So I know that when I heard it, the generals weren't announced. I guess this was like in the very beginning when I heard it, when it came to my ears.
Okay.
Then the generals were announced.
We'll wait for them to
now I'm waiting.
announce it.
Yeah, now I'm waiting for the XO to see, because if it's who it is, I think it is, I'm definitely going to be there. Definitely going to be there.
Wait, what side? Warsaw or NATO?
Probably going to go NATO.
Jason Mann, who's Reaper, already announced his entire officer staff, his XO, and everything.
No, that's it. I'm probably going to go NATO because I want to play against this individual. I want to play on the field against him. So if he's whatever side he's on, I'm going to go on the opposite side.
Where did he announce this? Because I missed it. You know, I only wrote
okay,
the place.
It's only hearsay.
Here we go. Here we go. From Jason Mann, who is Warsaw General. His XO is Tim Grimstad from 13 Legionnaires. His 51st Tank Commander is Eric Charles Lomax. His 27th officer is Donald Shinkovich from Evolution. 172nd is Ghost from New York Savage. Oh, 117th. That's the unit I ran that helped run this year. Tim Meisner. EGI is Mr. Jerry Hughes, the other North Carolina Misfit Militia. Then you got the 120th, which is Chris Sagayu. 39th, Mike Swanson. The Spetsnaz is Justin Pierce. Paratroopers is the legend Jimmy Morrison. Then you got the Warsaw Media, which is Mr. Marco Morales from Capital Punishment. And then his advisory team, Howard Benfield, Brandon Chance, and Foot Wilson. Now, NATO, Desi has not any of his officers or...
Someone just hit me up on Facebook, but before I say that, let's welcome Mr. Paul Edwards. He is the command and team owner, team president, and he also is faction leader for a chapter out there in the UK. How are you, Paul?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Hey, you
just been at work, so...
You know that you and I basically wear the same kind of apparel there. I just thought, hey, we twins.
Yeah, full orange. Lots of orange. Yeah.
Paul, allow me to introduce you to Eric Engler from Command Decisions and
Hello.
Paintball Pete from Palmetto Hills.
Hello.
And of course, you know the gentleman there with his baseball cap that he should be rocking the other way, and of course, Mr. Tone.
Nope.
How you doing?
It is what it is.
Eric and Pete, Paul is joining us live from the UK, so it is 12 midnight
2
over there?
in the morning.
2 in the morning.
Yeah,
2 in the morning UK
morning.
time. So, how are you, sir?
Good. To be fair, I haven't slept all day. But apart from that, currently buzzing because, as you know, I'm on my way over there in March. Everything's now booked and done and dusted. So that's good. I'm over for Bones and Ashes.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
yes. So you have...
So, Paul, since we have Mr. Engler on here, I would like to personally invite you to come to the biggest game in North Carolina of the year, Fold the Gap, in November.
September, October, November. I might be able to do that because the wedding's out of the way by that point. So there's a good chance.
It's the first weekend in November.
If you're getting married, is she going to let you go? Is the question.
She'll let me go if she can go as well.
Yeah.
can go.
She doesn't play. She doesn't play. But if she can come over to the States, she'll let me go.
Oh, bring her.
Sounds good.
She'll have fun.
Yeah.
The parties after the games are they're awesome.
No, as long as she can come, I've normally got an okay pass for that one.
See,
Now, a little bit about Fold the Gap, since you haven't been here, Paul. The cool thing with the North Carolina community and Command Decisions is, during the game, we're going after each other. But Friday night, Saturday night, it's one big family party at the entire field. You could go to Camp A, and they'll be grilling burger and stuff. You go to Camp B, they're making seafood boils.
or
and
steaks, or...
Teams are calling each other. Yo, you want to come eat? Come over to my camp. Hey, you want this? Come over here. It's like, so it don't matter what side you're on at night. You could go over. You get a call over the NATO camp. Hey, come over here. We got this. It's one big family get together party.
You ready for the word?
Yeah,
you ready for the
Very
word?
much like a lot of our events over here.
No, but over there down south, it is definitely the definition of Southern hospitality. It really is. I mean, I talk about when I went to Command Decisions, Eric made sure everybody had fun, and most importantly, that everybody was okay. Everybody was good. Everybody
Remember,
eat,
I'm
relax,
just
and
I'm just a displaced Yankee. You got to remember that.
So am I.
There you go. There you go. That's right. That's right. They're from up north. And then
Here,
Paintball
I'll turn it around for you.
Paintball
There you
Pete
go.
is Australian. From
Perfect.
Aussie in the Carolinas.
Yeah, but you don't get any farther south than Australia, so
No, you don't.
No, not really. Do you guys have any questions for each other?
I know a lot of people are going to be asking Eric. What are some upgrades that are going on at Command Decisions this year?
Oh, yes.
we're continuing with what we started last year. I mean, we rebuilt a lot of the field. We went through and changed a bunch of things, took out a whole bunch of scrub and changed the way the field played. We're going to continue that. You're going to see Alpha be rebuilt. We're rebuilding all the trenches in there. We're removing the tower that was in it. That's going to wind up as a sniper tower in Bravo if everything works right. So we just got to drop it carefully because it's 30 feet in the air and steel. And so we got to drop it and then move it. All the heavy equipment and all that stuff we'll bring in. We're basically going to finish rebuilding. I'm trying to get. We've had some washouts and things like that for some of our water crossings, so we're trying to get some bridges rebuilt. We're trying to get some water crossings that don't need a bridge rebuilt, so that way some of the tanks can't be stopped because the bridges are blown. Just changing up the game. You know, last year we let everybody start along the DMZ, which was a hit. Yes, everybody was up along the DMZ, and
That was a
that many
fireplace.
people on the DMZ at Game On was just a hit.
Yep.
Pete,
And
as soon as he blew that starting bomb,
Pete showed us how to do that on his folder game during COVID when we had a limited run, and it just had to be done again in a bigger format. Thank you, Pete, for that because it was just incredible. Last year we added the sniper tower in SimCity. That's changed how SimCity plays. Everybody battled back and forth last year in and out of SimCity and into Rex, and I think that will continue. But these players and generals have had a year, or will have had a year, to think about this and play it and chew it for a year. And I guarantee you it'll play different. I've played Folda since 5, 7,
So you're getting old.
9 years, and
This'll
it's
be,
never played the same twice.
Yeah.
I've generaled it. I generaled it for 5, so
Yeah.
of the 15, and it
I had the
never.
opportunity to meet Pete during the COVID. That was actually my first foot in for Fold Again.
Mm.
And I was like, whoa, this is what I'm going to be getting into every single year. Yeah, next year ain't going to happen. And then, I met Eric, and I've personally, gotten to help rebuild a field. The sniper tower up in SimCity real quick. We rebuilt the stairs, and when you go upstairs, you can't get on top of the trailers. They don't want anybody getting up there. But there's a wall going like this. There's 2 holes. But then you turn around behind you, there's another we put up a little barrier also. If you can get up there before you get destroyed, you are in a sniper's haven. The only thing you have to watch out for is on the left side of those trailers. There's no wall there protecting you. Oh, people seen it?
Okay, but last year too, we took the connexes there, Pete. Pete, I want you to see these. It's really cool. I made CQB buildings out of the connexes.
Nice.
So
Have we named that yet?
The boys keep telling me what you've been up to, which is really good to hear because you know what I was like there. I was trying to do it and tidy it up and, start to improve the place, and you're just getting on and making it even more interesting. So
I got
can't help
3 questions. One question is on Apple Podcasts, and the question coming in on YouTube, and the question coming in on Facebook. Apple Podcasts, when is Folder Gap, and how would I register? And this is coming from Nico from Palermo, Italy.
Okay. Registration will open in June. probably the second or third week. The game is November 4th through 6th, the weekend before World Cup.
Correct.
So he could actually, if he wanted to, come and then go spend 2 weeks in the U.S. and go to World Cup after.
And that's what the Australians do, because there will be a contingent of Australians coming over again. Yeah.
So we have no reply on that one yet. It looks like he's typing. Then on YouTube, Jonathan Shields, aka Chaos, he was the guy that went with me, my friend that went with me. And his question is: any changes to the field any changes to that godforsaken valley spawn with the mountain on one side and another hill on the opposite side?
They wrote about it's called Impossible.
Yeah, no.
That
You know what's funny?
That spawn he was telling me about on the whole drive. He couldn't get, just like the hill for me. That spawn was it for him.
It's one of those things where where they are and where they are help that game play the way it does, and that's part of it. Last year we added DZ1 back, which is a special forces only for NATO DZ behind Warsaw lines.
Oh.
Okay, way up in the corner.
Are we keeping that? Are they
Of course. And yeah, if you know, and that's something that, because Warsaw's got the same thing. So they've got one behind NATO lines. So we evened it out. And 2 of the years that I generaled, we had that, and it balanced the game. So we brought some of that balance back. But it's only special forces. And the referee that has to man that all day long hates me. Absolutely hates me.
You get shot up like there's no tomorrow.
Well, not only that, but it's up in the middle of nowhere. And there, and there's water in it, but it's only meant for the special forces. And they check player cards all day long to make sure that only special forces are using it. So it's we've changed some things up when it comes to how the game plays, and that balances things out. And if used properly, it can be a thorn. Obviously, whenever there's a spawn behind an enemy line, that's the thorn in the other guy's side, always, and that always keeps you looking behind your back, and that changes things up. It's real life. Again, as you guys saw with the field and how we do Fulda and how we do all of our games here, we try to make them as realistic as possible. Was Heartbreak Ridge the one where we had one of the missions was to use a stretcher to get somebody off the field? Or was that one of the other games last year?
That's one of the other ones. The one.
That's one of the other ones.
That would have been Contien then.
Yeah,
we had them. Yeah, we had guys, and I don't know if you guys know Richard Mamba Money, but he was the guy on the stretcher. They dropped him. They were carrying him down the field because the goal was to rescue the guy who's wounded, carry him off the field, and he's got he's big. He's like I am. He's 220 or so. He's huge.
Huge.
They dropped him.
Freaking huge.
Yeah, they dropped him.
The last comment that came in is on Facebook. Rob Maryland. What's up, Rob? Steve Mendoza. Who are you playing for at Bones?
You'll find out.
We have said this over and over and over on the show.
But we are not releasing that information. That's going to be a surprise. That's going to be a surprise. We're not releasing that information.
So, Eric, I seen the comments a few months ago. Are you trying to put in a entry for a Super Game South?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Nobody has. Let's just say, I'm open to helping the sport.
Yeah, but you can only flog your field so much.
Exactly, and so I don't know.
Pete, what else are you doing at the field? I know you got your first event coming up, Red vs. Blue.
Yeah,
What
that's
other stuff do you have planned?
really good. Look, we've got a game that we've given it a name as well, but a lot of other stuff. Kyle has put together a really good sort of, with discussions with us all. We've got a schedule which includes tournament play, mounds play, and some general play. But we're looking at some at a name. We've given it a rough name at this stage. It's called the Queen City Clash. It will be sort of like a shield type game over three various fields that will make them play at. That's the sort of thing that we're looking at. It's quite a few months away that we're looking at. So that's about it. But for all our other stuff, we've got 3-man coming up. I think we've got a 5-man. I know that we're doing Div 5s and 6s. We're looking at the grassroots of the tournament players before they come high maintenance men and demand everything and have it all cheap as chip, give you nothing but fucking headaches. But excuse me. But apart from that, yes, we're looking forward to we're doing everything we can. Everything you can. One-stop shop. But apart from that, guys, I got to go. Nice to see you all, Eric. I'll talk to you soon, as always. Guys, thanks very much for having me on. UK, all the best over there. Say good day to a lot of friends that I've got over there. And it's, 3 o'clock in the morning. They've got you sitting there, you poor bugger. Sorry.
Yeah.
All the best. Hope to meet you all time. See ya. See you, Gio. See you
Have a
guys.
good night.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Pete.
Well, and that's gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, that is Paintball Pete, and he is owner of Palmetto Hills paintball field.
Absolutely great guy.
And
Really great guy.
if you guys
really
are in the
great
area,
guy.
come on down to
As
see him.
he'd say, we're mates, and that's
I
just
would
the way
like to
it
go
is.
to his field. Now I want to go to his field. I want to see how he plays.
I got a Rob Maryland sent me a meme. It's actually kind of funny on Facebook for those of you watching. It's a heavyset guy with a white beard, glasses, kind of looks like me, and he's got his thumbs down. So he's very upset because he doesn't know what team I'm playing on at Bones and Ashes.
Well, it's a secret.
Should have
They will
watched the
find
last
out.
5 shows.
Yeah, it's about 5 shows
Need to
behind.
backtrack through all the other shows. It's,
All right.
it's mentioned on there.
Is there, Rob? But of course,
If he's Spanish, es rojo. Okay, if you're Spanish,
there you
rojo.
go.
That's what you. If you don't know, Google it.
That's funny. Look, Alpha 22 is saying, "You're late, sir." See, you're late, sir. Damn, Marilyn. Damn, Rob. Seriously? Wow. Guys, we are.
He might be doing memes on us.
We might be getting some memes. We might be prepared. We might have some memes.
Oh, I'll be waiting.
So, real quick, anybody who plans to come to Command does. As of last year, I know Eric announced it. If you have a kid 10 and older, they are now allowed to ball out with us adults now. We actually had our first actual 10-year-old show up to an event at Santa Rosa Ridge. Kid Woody just turned 10 years old before that, and this little kid had a pair of little Legos. He saw what he thought was a Christmas present. He literally dropped his marker with me and went and ran and got it. And then me and Jason Mann look at him. It's an old firework he's trying to pick up. He still didn't care. Picked it up and brought it back to us. But 10 years old, and he was doing crazy stuff like this, And he asked to run with me, and that made me feel good. Like, oh, cool, I got a 10-year-old who is picking my brain, asking me questions.
What team are funny being the field owner now. I get to see things that I never got to see before. We had when we pulled up to the gate last Saturday, a box on the outside of the gate. Free, give this gear to some kid who needs it. And it was a whole bunch of Tipmans. There is cocker. There is a cocker in there that I'm going to send to Simon and have Simon tweak it, and we're going to give that away at a game. Probably do a young gun. We've already given away one of the Tipmans that was in it to a kid who wanted to play last weekend, who brought his Spider, and it flew apart on him, and he lost all the parts on the inside. And it's like, well, here, go play. It's so that's the kind of stuff that happens up here, and it's just really cool. And I never got to see that when I was on the other side of the sport, but So if we're trying to outfit the kids that don't have their own equipment with stuff, just so we can,
Well,
as we used to say at EMR, arm the children.
since for everything that Eric has done for my team, I have 2 spiders, Eric. They need work. I'm gonna give them to you.
We'll see
Fix
if we can
them.
fix them, and
Give 'em
we'll
to
get them to the kids.
Give them to. I was gonna sell them, but you know what? You've given to me so much. You've given to my guys. You even treat my son like he's one of us.
He is one of us.
My son absolutely. He runs around. He'll either be hanging out with Eric or he's behind the counter helping the girls. I turn home like, where the hell's Connor? I try to. He's hanging out with Eric, or he's behind the counter, or just hanging out in the little area, hanging out with everybody. I'm like,
But
okay.
But that is what we were saying. That's what we've been all saying. That, the end of the day, when we as adults are too old to rock out and we give these reins to these kids. I mean, your son being actively involved the way he is on the field, and he's learning whatever he can learn from Eric and watching you. And you're muted, by the way. No, you're muted, by the way.
Hold on.
There you go.
There you go.
So, by giving the opportunity, and this is what I go back and saying that this is why another reason why I love this community. For who does that? Who puts a box full of paintball markers and say, "Here, give this to the kids to play."
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes this community the way it is, and this is why I tried hard. I try to line myself up with like-minded individuals that want the sport to grow. My team is one of those teams. Eric, field owner, wants that to happen. Gio, we all want that to happen. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, they say that, you might not be able to, well, let me rephrase that. One voice can change the world.
Yeah.
And you have a bunch of voices that are trying to change or bring into a different perspective paintball, whether it be speedball, open class, whether it be Magfed, woodball, scenario, hyper. We're out there and we're trying to, bring it forward and make it grow and see, hearing this, having, Gio's son go to Eric and Eric welcomes him, hey, and, Gio saying, kid's behind the counter, he's learning, he's on the field. That's what we need. That's what
Matter
we
of
need.
fact, Steve, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but
I know.
I just got a text message from one of our good friends, Gio's son. How would you like to be a special XO to represent with me on July 9th and 10th? Be a special XO.
You want to help?
You want to help?
Thumbs up.
You're gonna be part of the you're gonna be part of the command team. You're gonna be calling.
You're gonna
shots.
be a part of the command team. You will have a radio, and you'll be telling me what to do and where's it going to go. We're gonna go by what you
You
said.
don't want to give him a radio.
Yeah.
Listen. I didn't
Give
want
my
to
daughter
say.
a radio one. See what happens.
I don't want to say anything, but I have an 11-year-old. You got a kid. You sure you want to give him a radio?
No, never mind. We won't give him the radio. But you know what? I would like to make you a special XO for.
He'll be there with me.
All right.
That's right, Daddy.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to kids over here in the UK, it's slightly different ruling. So for 68 cal and above, you have to be at least 12.
I know, but
That's-
he won't
that's
be in the field. He's going to be at the command table.
I'm just saying because we were chatting about kids out on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I think at 50 cal games they can be they do splat ball at 8, they do 50 cal at 10, they do 68 cal at 12 and above.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're doing as a team, I'm waiting for the stock to land, which you guys don't know about yet. But over here in the UK, we've got we're buying in 5 TMCs. When we do find a young new player on an event that doesn't have kit, we can turn around and go, "There's a TMC, crack on." So we're investing in those this year. We're literally just waiting for Tipman to get supply of them over here.
That's great. That's just awesome. We were stuck here with we used to play at 10, then the insurance companies went to 12, and now we're back to 10. So that's was a big thing that happened last December for us. So it was
It's good.
it helped.
It gets them into the sport, and it means they can play along with family at a younger age.
Yeah.
My daughter started shooting me at 6.
Ooh.
Connor started shooting me at 6.
Alpha
My
22.
3-year-old.
Alpha 22 Magfed chiming in. He says, I love playing paintball as me, and my kids say it. My kids are doing snapshots on me around a corner, laughing my off. I have one son, the eldest, and 3 daughters. Let's go. Jonathan Shields coming in. Rule number 1 of rolling with any of the Misfits: don't give the children, the larger ones included, radios. I know why. I know why. And then I guess Alpha is coming in on a separate chat or a separate comment saying that's awesome. You guys are the best. You know,
I say one of my guys on the team, we don't even give him a radio because he either don't shut up or he lets go of the button halfway through. It's
oh, so you get general. You copy? Well, repeat. Yes, this is general, and you know, I hate that.
When we used to here, see, we learned that the hard way at D-Day when we had 4,000 players on one field at the same time. We actually had to give out frequencies to units, but then we also held school during the week on how to use a radio, because it was amazing how many people did not know how to use a radio.
Listen,
we had talk about the young guns. We had a lot of young guns at Folda this year, which was really cool.
Yeah. Yep, and it's, I think it'll grow. I think the young gun, as those of us that get older age, and what it's cool because now I'm seeing, been in the sport long enough that I've seen people, they get married, they have kids, they get out, then the kids get older and they come back, and they're bringing their kids back now, and that's what I did, and that's what I'm watching, and I really love it. It's just, you know, watching guys that I played with back in the day now have 10 and 12-year-olds that are now hitting the field. So
I was gonna say, well, there are comments coming. I'm gonna get to the comments in 2 seconds, but I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I introduced my son to paintball, Magfed, and now the kid, all he does is want to play. All he does is want to play. My son is a little challenged because he's autistic, so strange environments, strange noises, it sets him off. But for whatever reason, he goes onto the paintball field, and the loud noises, usually he's like, you know, the fit's coming when he's doing this. But no fit. He's on the field, and all he wants to do is play. And he has such a good time. And you watch him play, and it's like, okay, you know, you see the fundamentals that he has, and he hasn't really never played a game of his life, but everything that he's doing, he's seen when I've gone on the field with my team, my former team, when I go with my friends, when I go with my family, and he goes with me. And of course, we had to wait till he turned, 10. Now the kid's 10. Now he's 11, and all the kid wants to do is, Dad, when's the next game? Dad, are you going to Hawaii? Dad, are you going to Germany? Dad, are you going to the UK? Dad, are you going to the game back in North Carolina? So,
blame him this year.
Well,
it's amazing.
I'm going to try.
What happens with the families and what happens with our veterans, you guys, especially too, but the amount of veterans I've seen get therapy on the paintball field.
Yeah,
definitely. And that's
definitely helps.
See,
another big thing there too, and and that it's just anything we can do to help everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me, I mean, I said it before. Everybody knows it. I suffer. I have PTSD. It is what it is. I've had people in my life since, kind of make jokes about it or whatever, but that's okay. But it's real. And when I hit the field, for the first 10 minutes of the game, I'm sweating bullets profusely. It could be 20 below zero outside. I'm going to sweat. And it's not a sweat because I'm excited. It's a sweat because I'm flashbacking. I'm there for that moment. I'm there, so I'm and I'm battling. I'm like, okay, no, I'm not there. And then once that goes away, I'm good. And then I take all that energy and I'm throwing it on. And at the end of the game, I'm so tired and so exhausted. I feel great. For me, it's like it's my therapy. It really genuinely is, because I take out whatever is bothering me inside, and I'm running and I'm burning on the field. Or if I'm hugging a tree, if I'm in a hide, if I'm in a ditch, or I change my whole style of playing now. Now I do both sniping and assault, and I push hard. And it's, for me, it's the number one therapeutic stress reliever as a vet. It's probably the best release I've ever had. Gio, what about you?
Same thing, I ain't gonna lie, before, my nerves are going a little bit, and the minute I get on the field, it's like a pretty cool thing. Real quick, this year for full to get the unit I was in, with Abby was unit commander. She goes to me, she goes, Gio, I need you to go up top, take Alpha, take the entire area. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was nervous as there's no tomorrow. My nerves started going. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna screw up." And the minute the civilian me was gone, the military mind of mine actually came back and gave me that good feeling. I was like, "Okay, I can't be nervous. I'm leading an entire unit helping up here." And that's a good thing about the sport, Some of these events, if you're ex-military, they're right down the alley. Everything you learn in the military leading a unit is going to help you. That's one reason why I'm trying to get so many more vets into it. It'll help ease your mind, but also your skills are going to come back and get used. So a lot of veterans are like, well, how am I going to use my skills I use in the military? Paintball is the number one thing to use those skills. I held the guys I had with me. We held Alpha. We held Folda. We took the entire top of Chicken Hole. We held it all Saturday. And, that's one thing, I always question myself. What am I going to use my skills in the military for? Yeah, okay, I use them being a mechanic in the military. What else am I going to use it for? And paintball is exactly the number one thing. And I know Eric sees other veterans doing it. You will use your skills, whether it's on the field, off the field, leading a team, commanding a team. There's a lot of military transitioning you could continue using today. And I'm proud of myself that I'm able to use those skills to this day. I run a chapter down here myself, and I'm same thing that I did in the military. I'm using that today. So being in the paintball community is absolutely amazing, and it's definitely keeps my mind going. And also, once I pull that trigger, just don't be on the other side of that barrel. That's all I know.
What about you, Paul?
To be honest, it definitely helps me. I mean, I know when I haven't been paintballing for about 6 weeks because my mindset just doesn't.
My fingers doing this.
Steady itself. Yeah. I start losing track and I can't quite focus on stuff. I go back out in the field, I'm back fine again.
Yep.
Yes, I struggle. I struggle sleeping. I struggle sleeping 24/7, as most of you are aware, because I'm on a podcast at 3:00 in the morning. But
God, you're making me feel so bad. I swear.
It's my choice to jump on. But it's not just that. I mean, especially for me over here, I mean, about 40% of Who Dares wins in the UK are ex-military. And I've got people diagnosed with PTSD and everything else. And just being part of that team spirit helps. We do Zoom calls. We do, I'll have random conversations with people through the day and through the night. And just having that camaraderie amongst the team is helping people no end. And the sport's great for that. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other sports out there that people do to help mindset, but yeah, this has definitely helped me since my time serving.
Yeah. And Eric, how about you?
I didn't serve.
No. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be serving, but
Well, I try to give back wherever possible. A lot of, and you guys will laugh. Training young officers at West Point, butter bars. Those guys, coming out watching them screw up was a lot of fun. For me, it is therapy. For other things that have happened in my life that I can't get into. You don't have to be in the military to get shot at. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But anyway, for me, it's a lot of giving back. It's a lot of helping the vets. I was within 24 hours of joining the Navy. I'd have probably seen the world through a porthole. My father talked me out of it. But it's the best way I can give back to our vets. I've always been around vets all my life. My uncles are vets. I watched them come back, as a young kid from Vietnam. So I want, see what they've gone through. So if I can give back and help out in any way, I will. And that's just what I do. So it's my way to help, but it's also I love listening to you guys. I love the stories, because I wasn't there, and I want to listen, and I'm always there to listen.
And that's what I love about this. I swear, I say it all the time. Alpha 22 Magfed's chiming in saying that I forget what I'm feeling at that moment when he's playing. And we have our well, how do we consider what is first lieutenant, or how would you say it? What would be the rebel? But I'm trying to figure out the proper name. But he's chiming in and he's saying the same thing. My sole reason for playing is not 100%. It's the only time that I'm in Zen, and you get the stress out and you sleep better. And he's also a vet as well. So I mean, it's just all around. I guess paintball, for a lot of vets, you have the realism, loading the mag, unloading the mag. Everything that you've trained is like coming back. So for me, everything that I've learned, I'm applying on, obviously without lethal repercussions, but still nonetheless. And everything that I've learned, I've applied on the field. But what I find the most fascinating is at the end of the day, no matter what kind of freaking week I'm having, and I hit that field, at the end of the day, I leave it all there, and I do go home and I do sleep so much better. I think clearly. I'm not jumping at noises. I'm not, having nightmares. I'm not, and I have nightmares. I have nightmares every day. Every night I go to bed. Every night, every morning I wake up, I have nightmares. But that's, for me, paintball is what that does for me. And when I have the opportunity to play at fields like Command Decisions or at Dark or at Bones and Ashes, or if I have the opportunity to play at Cousins, or I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play because, one, I'm playing with my friends, I'm playing with my family, I'm playing with the community, and I'm not doing anything illegal. I mean, the alternative is, what's the alternative? You do something illegal, you go hang out, you get into trouble, you get into fights, and Marines are known to get into fights. I'm got a short temper, and paintball has really shown me, if I want to continue in paintball the way I want to continue, can't have that. You got to change your mindset, and you're not a rah-rah. And that's taught me. That's also been instilled in me in paintball, playing Magfed within the community. You guys showed me that I don't have to be on the defensive 99.9% of the day, that I can actually go on the field and be myself, have fun, relax. That by itself allows me to deal with my PTSD, and I'm sure it does with most guys who have PTSD and most guys who have trauma.
Even your fiance
I will
just
say
said.
the sport helps you from all walks of life. I mean, within the UK here, I mean, just within my team, I've got police officers, I've got ex-police officers, I've got ambulance drivers, I've got lawyers, I've got warehouse workers and everything else. And having that break from the normal day-to-day routine helps people's mindset get back on track. You know, I can literally have a vet, an ex-vet, turn around and go, look, you know, this is helping me out. And I've got people that work in a warehouse job day by day, and it's like, yeah, he's just giving me a break from normal life, get me back with the team, give me something else to focus on, and away I go. You know, and one of the guys that I work with tonight, he's very much a case of, I need something to focus on. And I'm like, well, I've got a game in April. It's a weekend event. You know, a couple of the guys go into it. Come along, join us. You know, you got no kit. We'll supply all the kit. Crack on. And he's like, oh, yeah, it'll be really, really good just to give you that different mindset.
Where else in the world can you get that adrenaline rush when somebody's pounding the other side of a bunker you're behind than paintball?
Nowhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, I used to race hydroplanes, so I used to get it there. Decided I didn't want to die, so I'm playing paintball.
Who else can you throw a paintball grenade at somebody and just watch them get doused?
Well, no, now they got the Tag 67, so now you get the realism of the pyro, and you watch them get sprayed with the powder. It's accelerated.
Unfortunately, in New York, they are in North Carolina. They're
banned.
A pyrotechnic, and they're banned.
Oh wow!
I tried ordering some, and as soon as I put in my address, North Carolina, nope.
It's a firework.
Wow!
I have a marker in my garage that uses them, and I can't use it.
Well, I could tell you where. You already know where. But we'll go.
Yeah, I can use them.
Alpha 22 is coming in. He's saying the first time that he's traveled hours to a paintball game for one day, first time in a long time, and at the game, I never felt more tense. And I felt that attitudes were there, but it was me. Hold on. It was me. Paintball showed me how to control myself at a time when it's are to decide things that night for the game. The day after, and those 2 days following, I felt so positive. I felt freedom. And then I was hooked again. You know, Rebel's coming in rebuttal to it. He says, truth be told, being in combat, those faces, those who were at the end of your rifle, never go away. That is so true. Those are the nightmares that I have. That's part of my PTSD. So it never goes away. So when I play paintball and I get that kill, the fact that they are wearing masks helps with my night terrors. It's like brain replaces the face with a dye mask. It's crazy. So his therapy, and when he does what he does on the field, I guess his therapy is he's combating whatever it is, but it helps him because we all have masks on. So let me tell you something. As a person who is not proud of it, and has actually taken life, it's something. The moment you do that, a part of you is forever changed. Forever changed. So that's where you get the PTSD portion, because you're combating everything that you know growing up, and now you have that's something so traumatic that you know that this person is no longer alive because of you. So that's where the PTSD comes in. That's depression. That's everything, because you're battling inside what you know is to be wrong, but you had to do what you had to do. That's the conflict that we face as vets every day. You know, we all make decisions in life that we have to live with, we have to learn with it. This is a decision that you really didn't have a choice to make. You were given an order to do what you had to do. And then, unfortunately, the one bad thing is in the military is they tear you down in the beginning, every bit of individuality that you have, and they rebuild you with a totally different mindset. But the one thing they don't show you is how to reacclimate when you come home. So a lot of the issues that vets face when they come home, is, what do I do now? How do I talk to? Who do I talk to? And then when you go to these group sessions that they give you, you're talking to a 26-year-old lieutenant who's never seen a lick of combat. So how can, so right away you're saying, well, how can I relate to you? So now you bottle up. For me, paintball, because that was me. How can I talk to this kid who's 25 years old, who's never been overseas, who's never heard the zzz of a live round whizzing by your head, hitting the deck and literally peeing in your pants and praying to God that it's not you that is going to die at that moment. And then having to make a decision. So that's basically my take on it, and why I love this community so much. I love the sport so much, whether it's Magfed or Speedball, whatever. This is the reason why, and I say it a million times. I love paintball. I love Magfed. I love each and every one of you guys, because one day, like right now, we're all good friends on the podcast. We're all good friends on the field, off the field. But when we're playing against each other, it's like there's no love lost. It's we're gonna do what we gotta do. And that's what I love. That's what I love. You can shoot me in my head with a paintball. I'm not going to die. I can shoot you in the head. You're not going to die. And at the end of the day, we can have a beer back at spawn. So that's what I love. This. That's why I love this.
How far are you from Switzerland?
About an hour's flight.
So I got something here that Steve was talking about, certain rounds I'd be able to use. This came from Switzerland.
Why? What? You see, you just can't go without showcasing.
He's got his toys, doesn't he? He does have his toys, but you can't use those rounds. You can't use those rounds at my field, Gio. So sorry.
I know. I've showed it to you already. No, I had to show it to Paul when you're talking about it. I was like, wait, Paul's over in the UK. Yeah, I had a friend of mine who was over there, and when he came to visit, he goes, Gio, I got a present for you. And Woody just pulls it out and gives it to me. I'm like, so I'm trying to figure out where I can use it. The only time I actually can use it is if I have airsoft BBs in it, because they have those little ones for BBs. It's like, but I don't play airsoft.
Yeah, so we most of the sites a lot of sites over here, paintball sites, they don't allow tag rounds. We allowed them at Warzone on one of the first events that we done at Warzone, which is one of my local sites, and it was one of the charged rounds, but the 6-cylinder, and it didn't rotate after the ignition, and blew the entire canister apart in the guy's hands. At that point, we were like, yeah, they're not being used anymore. So we canned it there and then. Literally, there's bits of plastic flying everywhere. And it was a problem with the mech where it rotates after firing. It didn't rotate. Ignited a second round and just went off. So, yeah, a lot of sites are pretty touchy over ignition rounds now.
You got a shout out. I'm sorry. You got a shout out. Rebel shouting you out, Paul. Says, hello, how
Rebel.
are you, my guy?
Living the dream. Yeah, I can't see any messages tonight for a change because I'm running off my phone, which is unusual for me. So,
gentlemen, we are coming up to the very end of our show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each and every one of you an opportunity, including Gio, to go ahead and plug your event, plug whatever you want to plug. Eric, if you want to plug your field, your daughter, your friends, co-workers, compadres, by all means, whatever you want. We got to give you some time. We have about 9 minutes left before the show's over. So have a way, sir. We'll start with you.
Well, okay. Well, one, I want to thank you for letting me on the show. It's always good to hang out with you guys on or off the field. But my big venture now is, Command Decisions War Game Center, CD Paintball or cdwargames.com in North Carolina. The Fold a Gap paintball site will be updated shortly. It'll be foldagap.com. We also run an airsoft event for anybody that does like airsoft the month before Fold a Paintball. What I use that one for is to get all the bugs worked out before we post 1,500 paintballers. And I do want to break 1,500 paintballers this year and have the biggest Fold a Gap we've ever had. That's the goal. And not because I want to shoot more paint, not because I want the biggest game for Folda, because it gives the players something different every time. That's why I'm doing this. Folda Gap is is my heart and my soul, and I wanted to keep it going. So that's what I'm doing. EnglerPaintballGuns.com is still a thing. I'm doing strictly commissions now because the paintball field takes up most of my time. There are a few pieces out there, like some of the guys, especially in the UK, like the what is the before the TMC, the little small Tipman. I'm blanking. It's now discontinued. TCR.
Kronos.
You know,
Oh, TCR, yeah.
I was thinking of Kronos, TCR, yeah.
Yeah, the TCR. I made an AR stock adapter for that back in the day when they first came out, and I made another run of them just because some people wanted them. So I got a box of them sitting here that need to find homes. But to tell you the truth, they can sit here, forever. But because 3 guys wanted them, I made 50. So it's just the way it is.
I might have to have a conversation with you then, because 2 of my guys on the team actually run TCRs.
Yeah,
So I might
you
be able
want
to lose a
to put
couple.
an AR stock on the back of it. I've got the adapter for it. So it was one of those cool things at the time, and then nobody wanted them, and now a couple guys wanted them, so I made a bunch. That's what I'm doing. But again, my big thing is to see you guys come to my field and have a good time. That's what I care about.
Well, I thank you for coming on the show today, sir. I look forward to seeing you again on the field, and I look forward to playing at your field again. And
I don't want to carry you off the field again. I just want to say that. All right.
Well,
Oh, damn.
well, listen, we didn't have to go there,
fired.
but the fact
Yes,
of the
I did.
matter is,
Yes, I did.
yes, I had to get carried. But I was, dude. In my defense, that was after driving 14 hours with 3 hours of sleep. With I don't know what the humidity was that day. It was warm.
We were in the high 90s.
It was
No
warm,
rain.
and I was dehydrated. So in my defense, yes. But we'll talk about that again on another day. I promise you, we'll talk about that again. Gio doesn't let me forget. What, Mr. G?
Want to thank everybody. Eric, thanks for being on here. Eric has made a awesome home for Misfits. He brought us in, treat all of us like family, and we helped him out at all. Last year at Folda Airsoft, we all helped out. He took care of us for Folda Gap, and Command is a family feel. They, like I said earlier, they treat my son like one of their own. Even though he can't play, the staff there. If I'm reffing or playing, they'll watch my son, and because he'll help out. Paul, go to sleep, bro.
Okay, mate. I've still got to drive home. It's an hour's drive yet, so I'm good.
Oh, God. So, I want to thank everybody who came on here tonight. It was a good time, like always. Friday, I got something else in store for you. Another first for us. Keep a lookout for Folda Gap 2022. Like I said, should be open around June. This year, I'd like to see a bigger record broken. And being part of an event, Folda Gap last year, breaking a record like that, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to be part of something like that. It's a great time. Having the home field advantage is awesome. I walked around both camps and personally thanked people for coming. There's times you're like, "What are you doing over here? You're Warsaw, and the game's going on." I was like, "Look, I'm not playing right now, but I want to come over as one of the home teams and thank you for coming." And teams were like, we appreciate you taking your time and doing that. It's me helping Eric. Eric takes care of us paintballers. It's me giving back to the paint, to Eric. So definitely, I'd love everybody to attend Fill the Gap this year. It's going to be a good time. I would be helping Eric with some of these upgrades, and that's another thing we do for Eric. We help ref events, we help on work days, and it's going to be a fun time this year. I see a lot of good
We
things.
couldn't keep the field upgraded and do what we do at the field without you guys, without Mambo, without paintball soldiers, all the home teams, and everybody that comes out and helps. The manpower, the donated materials, everything we do at the field, the players help. We can't do it ourselves because it's just 70 acres is just way too much to maintain for the 2.5 staff we have. That's just not going to work. So again,
nobody
I got to
complains
thank
at
you
all.
guys for doing that.
Eric doesn't have to yell at us. There's times where, real quick, I don't want to keep going. The main ref, he'll have a whole bunch of walk-ons. I'll donate my time and I'll ref, so the regulars can keep playing. I'll tell him. I tell the head ref, hey, look, go take care of the walk-ons. I'll ref them over here. He goes, you got it? I was like, yeah. And every single time I go there, I tell him, look, if you need help, just let me know. I have no problem donating my time to help ref. So we keep the walk-ons playing. Because sometimes some of the walk-ons see us regulars going on with these fast markers, these big old markers, and they're like, we don't want to play with those. We're gonna get annihilated. So there's times where we'll hang out with them, or we'll do all the things so the walk-ons continue to come. We want them to become regulars of the field and not just once in a blue moon. So I definitely want to get the community built more at command. I want to see a bunch of new faces coming. I want to see your little man too there, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him there in July. But I hope everybody has a great night. Thanks everybody for watching again. And cheers out.
Tony.
I'd like to thank everyone who chimed in today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for focusing. Today was a very important cast. We got a little deep into it, but it's only going to get better. Also, I'd like to make shout out. Can you let me finish, please? What are you guys talking? I know on July 9th and 10th I'm going to be the general. If anyone wants to, even want like to be part of my team, just give me a shout out on Facebook or Instagram, wherever you have. I'll be willing to talk and see if we could join teams and help me guide to this W. That's all I have to say. And
it will be your first. It'll be your first time as general.
Yes, first time.
Yes, it will.
I will be. My cherry will be popped on that day.
Don't expect anybody to be easy on you either. They won't be gentle.
Don't expect. Don't expect it. Yeah. Don't expect it to be easy.
I don't know who the other generals are. If they are watching, bring it. I'm waiting.
Be careful what you ask for. You might get it.
Hey, listen. I love it. You listen. It's paintball. You know what? A lot of people don't know, and only a few people, but you don't know at all. Me, I suffer anxiety, and I also suffer depression. And paintball is actually my gateway to come out and to get me back to normal. So if you do suffer that, this does help out. That's all I have to say. It does. And I hope you guys tune in on Friday at 8 o'clock. We'll be having something good going on, and let's have fun.
Awesome. Paul?
Yeah, pretty much the same as everybody else. Thanks for chiming in and watching. From a selfish point of view, thanks to all the sponsors of Who Dares Wins and those that follow the team. We are still recruiting pretty much across the globe. We're recruiting everywhere. So yeah, I finally had it confirmed I will be at Bones and Ashes. I've booked my flights. I've got my ticket. So I'm looking forward to that one. That's a big one for me. And yeah, hopefully I'll be over in November as well. I just need to check the calendar, but I can't because it's on the phone that I'm using for this at the moment. So yeah. Apart from that, I should see everybody on Friday.
Oh yeah, this Friday. This Friday shouldn't be a problem, right?
No.
There is a-
After I'm out,
He's off on Saturday. He's not
if
working
I
on
am
the weekend, so
Oh, that's
he's
right.
off
That's
Saturday.
right. That's right. That's right. He is off on Fridays.
there is a small chance you guys might see me at Bones and Ashes. Just saying.
Oh, please
What's the-
bring
what's
it.
the
Come
percent-
on, let's go. This is
What-
gonna be a fun
what-
game. This is gonna be.
You
This is
wanna
gonna be
give it up?
good. I'm
We'll
looking
wait
forward
for
to
the
it.
podcast.
I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming on. Paintball Pete, he had to sign off a little early, but I want to thank him for being on. If you guys in the area of Rock Hill to go up there to Palmetto Hills. If you guys are down in Tellersville, please go down to Command Decisions. See Eric in the field. The field is phenomenal. I want to thank Eric, Paintball Pete, Gio, Tony, Mr. Edwards. Sorry, I'm in the. So that we understand, in the military, we refer to everybody by their last name. So you see where my mindset is. I'm back in my mind. I'm back, so I'm referring to him. I keep calling him Edwards. Edwards. So it's like,
Yeah, I respond to pretty much everything.
Yeah, but Edwards is not really a normal last name. Usually it's a first name, so that's also,
But there's a comment coming in. Slinger Paint. If anybody knows Dragons podcast, he would like to be appreciative. Last I heard, it was called the Dragons Den. I don't know if it's on Facebook or YouTube. You can look him up. You can hit him up. And you get information
No,
from
it's
there.
definitely on Facebook. I don't know about YouTube yet.
Okay.
I know it's on Facebook.
So I hope that helps you, Slinger. But again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being on the show tonight. Most informative. I did enjoy having you guys, and you guys are always welcome to come on the show anytime. Generation Magfed is on Mondays and Fridays, 8 p.m. We come to you with all kinds of events. We come with news. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, ring that bell. We're streaming on Apple Podcasts, Discord, Facebook, and YouTube, and sporadically posting on Twitch. The individual running Twitch would be Gio. Gio Magfed will be on the Twitch. He'll be running the Twitch. So, guys, also follow us on Instagram as well. He'll be also running the Instagram. And with that, I want to say thank you. Have a good evening. Have a good week. Let's try to stay warm. And we'll see you guys on Friday. Peace, guys.
Peace out.
I've got boss weapons!